Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're exploring something truly fascinating, how AI is transforming healthcare.
I think it's safe to say we're at a turning point.
Totally. We've got this newsletter just packed with the latest. It's amazing. Groundbreaking research, inspiring stories about startups. It's all here.
It's hard to even keep up. The applications are just so diverse.
It's true. And one thing that really stood out was the time-saving aspect.
Yeah.
How AI can help hospitals be more efficient.
Oh, absolutely. Efficiency is key.
Yeah. I read about this study from UC San Diego. They found that AI can analyze patient charts for quality measures, just as well as humans can, but way faster.
That's huge. Think of all that time saved.
Exactly. Less paperwork, lower costs. It frees up medical staff to spend more time with patients.
Which is ultimately what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Imagine a world with less paperwork for doctors. What a dream.
Definitely. But, the article did stress that AI systems still need thorough testing and validation. We can't just rely on them blindly.
Oh, for sure. Makes sense. You don't want to rush these things.
Exactly. Safety first.
Now, shifting gears for a second, there's this project in Singapore that's using AI to analyze voices to detect early signs of depression in seniors.
Oh, yeah. The Soundkeepers project. I read about that, too. It's fascinating.
Seriously, how does that even work?
Well, it's all about those subtle changes in a person's voice. Tone, pitch, even pauses, stuff that we might not pick up on, but AI can.
That's wild. Early intervention is so important, especially when it comes to mental health, especially with seniors.
Exactly. The article even mentioned how depression in seniors can sometimes be like an early warning sign for things like dementia.
Wow. So catching it early could make a huge difference.
A huge difference.
I'm going to have to tell my family about this one. It's a game changer.
For sure. And it's not just about diagnoses. AI is also being used to empower doctors themselves.
Really? How so?
Well, Aylin's Deli held this workshop to train doctors on using AI for better patient care.
That's fantastic. They're giving doctors the skills to navigate all this new tech.
Exactly. They covered everything. Data analysis, pattern recognition, decision-making processes, all that.
It's like having a superpowered assistant by your side.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
But of course, it's all about using it responsibly. AM's Deli emphasized ethical AI use, which is crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got to use these tools for good.
Definitely. And speaking of good, have you heard of this startup? Quadrivia.ai. They created an AI assistant specifically for clinicians. It's called Qua.
Yeah, I read about that one. It's supposed to streamline everything, automating routine tasks, managing patient journeys, that kind of thing.
Sounds amazing. Imagine all the time that would free up. Doctors could really focus on building relationships with their patients.
You're telling me human connection is so important in healthcare.
Couldn't agree more. And the article said they've done tons of testing to make sure Qua is safe and reliable.
That's good to hear. They're not just throwing it out there without making sure it's safe.
Exactly. Safety first. Now, I'm also curious about some of the research you mentioned. There was one on AI chatbots, medical researchers, right?
Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of interest in using them.
That makes sense.
But researchers are also calling for clearer guidelines. They want to make sure they're using AI ethically.
Right. Responsibility. Makes total sense.
Another one focused on machine learning, specifically how it could help predict mortality rates for older patients.
Oh, wow. Like for those with heart failure and hypertension.
Exactly.
That sounds incredibly valuable. Could you break down how that works? What exactly is machine learning?
Sure. So machine learning is a type of AI where computers learn from data.
Oh, okay.
They fed this machine learning model a ton of data on older patients, medical history, vital signs, all of it.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
Right. And the model, it was able to identify patterns that help predict which patients were at a higher risk of dying during their hospital stay.
That's pretty incredible. Could that information help doctors make better treatment decisions?
It definitely could. They could identify high-risk patients early on and intervene.
Potentially saving lives.
Exactly.
This is mind-blowing. I mean, it's clear that AI has the potential to completely revolutionize how we approach healthcare.
Oh, absolutely. From diagnosis to treatment and everything in between.
This is just the beginning.
Right. It's amazing.
So what other research caught your eye?
Well, there was this one about AI and proactive care management.
Proactive care management. What's that?
So it's basically using AI to identify patients who are at high risk for certain conditions.
I see.
And then they can proactively manage their care to try to prevent those conditions from getting worse.
That's amazing. So it's not just reacting to problems. It's about preventing them.
Exactly. And the study found that it actually led to a significant reduction in preventable hospital admissions.
Wow, that's huge.
Really impactful.
So we're talking about improving patient outcomes and saving money.
Exactly. That's the power of AI.
It's incredible how quickly all this is evolving.
I know, right? It seems like every day there's something new.
The newsletter even mentioned some upcoming events and resources to help people stay up to date.
Yeah, like navigating AI, a quick start guide for healthcare professionals. That one sounded helpful.
Definitely. And then there's that book, The AI Revolution in Medicine. I think it's published by Ingenuity.
Oh, I've heard of that one. People are saying really good things.
Perfect for anyone who wants to dive deeper into all of this.
It's a lot to take in, for sure.
It is, and there's so much more to explore. But we'll save that for next time.
Sounds good. I'm ready for part 2.
So before we went to, I guess what you would call a break, I was thinking about this whole idea of personalized healthcare.
Oh yeah, personalized medicine. That's where it's at.
I mean, imagine a future where treatments are tailored to each individual. It's amazing. No more one size fits all.
Right. Like everybody gets their own custom plan.
It sounds so futuristic, you know?
Yeah.
But is it really that far off?
Not really. AI is already being used to analyze tons of data. Your medical history, your genetics, even your lifestyle. It can all be factored in.
So it's like creating a really in-depth picture of your health.
And using that, AI can recommend the most effective treatments and predict potential risks.
Even suggest things you can do to prevent problems down the road.
Exactly. It's like having your own personal health advisor, you know?
This could be revolutionary for managing chronic conditions, like diabetes or heart disease.
Think about it. An AI system that monitors your blood sugar in real time and adjusts your insulin.
Wow. Or how about one that tracks your heart rhythm and warns you about any irregularities?
Before they even become serious problems.
That's incredible. And it's not just limited to physical health, right?
Yeah.
AI could play a role in mental health care too.
For sure. We talked about the Soundkeepers project earlier, but you can imagine all sorts of possibilities. AI-powered chatbots that provide 24/7 support for people with mental health challenges.
That would be a game changer, especially for folks who might not have access to traditional mental health services.
Right. Break down those barriers, make care accessible to everyone.
That's what it's all about. But, we've talked a lot about the positives. What about the ethical considerations?
Oh, for sure. Those are super important, too. I think data privacy is a big one.
Yeah. We're talking about sensitive health information here.
Absolutely. We need strong regulations to prevent data breaches, and transparency is key, too.
People need to know how their data is being used.
Exactly. And then there's the issue of bias.
Right. We need to make sure these AI algorithms aren't perpetuating existing disparities.
They need to be trained on diverse data sets, or they'll just replicate the biases in the data.
And that could lead to certain groups getting inadequate care. We can't let that happen.
Absolutely not. We need equitable healthcare for everyone.
Yeah.
And what about the doctor-patient relationship?
That's a great point. Some people are concerned that AI might depersonalize healthcare, replace human interaction with cold, emotionless algorithms.
That's a valid concern. But I think we need to remember that AI is a tool. How it's used depends on us.
I like that. AI should be seen as a complement to human care, not a replacement.
Exactly. It can handle those routine tasks, analyze data, provide insights, but it can't replace that human touch.
Right. Doctors still need to build relationships with their patients, offer empathy, make those complex decisions that require, a human.
Finding that balance is going to be key.
Leveraging the power of AI while preserving that human element.
And that's where education comes in. Doctors need training on how to use AI ethically. And patients need to be informed about how it's being used in their care.
So everyone feels comfortable and informed.
Exactly. Build that trust. So we've talked a lot about the potential, but what about the challenges? I mean, the human body is incredibly complex.
And there's just so much data involved in healthcare. It's mind-boggling.
Right. So developing AI systems that can accurately interpret all that complexity is a huge challenge.
And then there's the issue of data interoperability.
Yes. Healthcare data is often siloed in different systems,
It's all fragmented.
making it difficult for AI to access and analyze everything. We need a more holistic view of each patient.
Like a unified system.
And then, of course, there's the cost. Developing and implementing AI in healthcare, it's expensive.
It's a big investment for sure. But we have to make sure these technologies are accessible to everyone.
Agreed. AI should benefit all of society.
And we can't forget about ongoing research and development.
That's going to be crucial. We're still in the early stages.
There's so much more to learn and discover.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, what will the future hold?
It's exciting and a bit daunting, to be honest.
It is. But it's a journey we're all on together. Patients, doctors, researchers, everyone.
It is a journey, isn't it? And, the more we learn about AI and medicine, the more I'm realizing just how much potential there is.
It really feels like we're on the cusp of something big.
Absolutely. And while I was rereading the newsletter, one quote really jumped out at me. It's from a cardiologist at Stanford, Dr. Jessica Mega.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that one. What did she say?
She said, "I encourage people to push AI for the unknown. I think everyone knows someone who is suffering from a health condition that needs something beyond what we can offer today."
Wow. When you think about it that way, it really puts things into perspective.
It does. For so long we've been focused on using AI to improve existing treatments, which is amazing. But what if it could go even further?
You mean like develop entirely new treatments,
Mhm.
tackle diseases that we haven't been able to cure?
Exactly. Like Alzheimer's, cancer, Parkinson's, these conditions have affected so many people for so long. What if AI could help us finally find those breakthroughs?
It's an incredible thought, but also kind of a daunting one. There's so much potential there.
It's almost overwhelming. And it reminds me of that question the newsletter posed. What health conditions would you like to see AI tackle in the future?
Right. They really want us to think big picture. Envision a future where we can solve even the most complex health problems.
It's a powerful question, and for me personally, I would love to see AI help us find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. My grandmother suffered from it, and it was heartbreaking to witness.
I can only imagine. Alzheimer's is a devastating disease that impacts so many families. And that's what's so powerful about that question, right? It forces you to think about the health conditions that have personally touched your life and those of your loved ones.
It makes it real,
Hmm.
and it gives us hope that maybe AI could provide solutions. So to all of our listeners out there, we want to hear from you. What health challenges would you like to see AI address?
Share your thoughts on social media using the hashtag #DeepDiveAI. We'd love to hear your perspectives.
Because ultimately, this is a journey we're all on together. And by supporting research, advocating for responsible AI development, and staying informed, we can all play a part in shaping the future of healthcare.
It's a future worth striving for, a future where everyone has access to the best possible care, a future where diseases that once seemed incurable are finally conquered.
It's a future where AI and human ingenuity work together to improve lives and make the world a healthier place for everyone. And that's what this show is all about.
Empowering you with knowledge, sparking your curiosity, and inspiring you to think about the world in new and exciting ways.
So keep those questions coming, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Because the future of healthcare and the future of humanity depend on it.
Well said. That about wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI in medicine. It's been an incredible journey. Thank you all for joining us. Until next time, stay curious.